Good afternoon. Today is July 8th, 2024, and this is a video on a beautiful, unrestored Honda Z50 that is headed to bring a trailer in the near future. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a 360 walk around, point out some of the features, some of the highlights, some of the standout items that make this bike really special, and explain some of the reasons why it's been a showpiece in our Honda collection for several years. And it's hot today. It's, well, expected high 103, and for Oregon, that's cooking. It's toasty, so that black seed is warm. But I'll try to do a good walk around. I know a lot of folks that are probably going to be interested in this bike are either out of country, out of state, not local. So there's a good possibility you may be interested in this bike and not be able to look at it in person. So I will do my best to point out the good and the bad and everything in between. It does have some flaws. It's an unrestored bike. It's all factory paint. And with that, I'll kind of zoom in and I'll point out a couple of, we'll just start with flaws. Why don't we just start with that? Okay. So this bike is all original paint, has not been touched up, has not been spot painted, etc. It's all Honda applied paint. And I'm going to put my finger on a very small indentation. Dre, can you turn the bars? There's a shadow that's covering what it is that I'm trying to show.
Maybe there.
Yeah, let's try that. Okay, this might work better. Okay, right here. Okay, that's perfect. Very small indentation, very small dent, ding, etc. that's in the headlight bucket. I think this is the biggest flaw, in my opinion. The biggest flaw in the bike is this right here. This did not happen from an accident. I think well, I know for certain it happened before our ownership. This was caused more than likely by a strap, a tie-down strap, at some point in the bike's life that would have been attached here at the handlebar. The end, somebody got a little carried away, or maybe they were in a hurry. The end of that hook put an impression as it was tightened down and ratcheted down in this headlight bucket. So that's what I think happened. It didn't break the paint, and the paint itself is still perfect. So, you know, maybe something a paintless dent person could rectify. If you wanted to, you know, look into that, that could probably be corrected. So original paint bike. I'll come in here on the tank. The tank is incredible. A couple of small chips here on this bottom edge. Engine case, original paint with just beautiful patina. I'll come back to the seat in a minute. The seat is my favorite, my absolute favorite feature on this bike. Right behind all the original paint and the original tires is having that original seat, and I'll point out the reason why. A few small nicks on the frame. Most people that see the bike think it's been restored. It hasn't. True survivor. Gorgeous muffler, all the original Honda writing intact and legible, very clean. All the original decals on the frame are in their proper places, factory applied. I'll show you the wear. On a 50, you don't have an odometer that tracks miles, so you got to kind of use the condition of the bike and the tire wear. This is an original rear tire, so this is a good gauge of mileage and overall use. You know, hours of use, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. But You can see that the rear tire is in the center section. It's worn through the wear marks down to the lugs. There's a little bit of a wear mark on the radius there. Really nice rear tire. You know, kind of speaks to the originality of the bike. Rear fender, perfect 10. Sometimes these get tweaked here on the tail just from use, or you know, the bike getting bumped into. Perfect original taillight lens. Come around at the other side here, and the VIN number, I'll try to get in on that. Nice legible VIN number. Some nicks, some scratches, some scuffs on the frame. Just matches the other side. I'll call out the left side of the tank and the emblem and how nice that is. Good shot of the engine. Original wiring harness, original carburetor, original ignition, original key. Just an absolute gem of an unrestored 50. Beautiful aluminum tree. Just shows as well as the rest of the bike. Perfect gas cap. Owner's manual label. Transportation. Decals attached, just like they should be. And while we're talking tires and tire wear marks, I'll give you an idea of the wear on the front. You can see the front tire is not as worn as the rear, just like it should be. You can also see the wear marks, the wear lugs on that center section. That's the indication of use. Original brake cables. This bike is really, really nice. Okay, so I mentioned the seat earlier being my favorite feature of this bike. This is an unaltered, never repaired. It's never had a seam fixed. It's never had a patch put in it. The seam's never been blown apart. I have never seen a better original seat, period. These are very, very hard to come by in this condition. In the reproductions, they do a pretty good job, but the purists can always spot the differences in the seams, the differences in the grain. They don't make a concours seat yet. I'm sure somebody someday will do that. As of today, the reproductions are kind of all you get, and they do not look like this. There's that original Honda logo. Excellent condition, perfect seam straight down the middle. Absolutely love that seat. You'll see it just looks so good. So good on the bike. Okay, and with that, my helper is going to do a cold start. Okay, we're going to splice in a second video. My phone that was going to do the cold start part of this flick that we're making overheated and it shut down. So we are now using a second iPhone that isn't as hot to make the cold start video, running video. Drake, go ahead and start it up. Honda 50s do not have a battery, so the lights are powered off of a magneto, and you'll notice, and we may or may not be able to get dim light bulbs to show. Dre, can we try the headlight and at least see if it'll show up out in the sun? Okay.
High beam too?
Yeah, high beam check. Okay, and let's do the same thing in the back, please.
All right, you want to do the high beam light?
Oh yeah. And that's the high beam light indicator. And now we're going to see if we can get the tail light. All the electrical works. I just don't know how good of a demonstration we're going to be able to give. Okay, I can see it. Okay. Yeah, when you rev the bike up a little bit, it helps that magneto light the lights up.
You want brake light, running light off, brake light?
No, we're good for lights.
Oh, we gotta do the brake lights. So that's running light off and brake light.
Okay, got it.
That's rear, that's front brake light and then rear. Both work.
Okay. And Dre, can you go ahead and just ride it down the path and back, please? And away it goes. It will come back. And hopefully before this phone overheats, we'll see how much time we've got. All right, thank you. Go ahead and put the kickstand down. And let's shut it off, and I'll see if there's anything else that's worth mentioning. I think that pretty much covers it. You know, just to recap, it's unrestored. It's been an absolute pleasure to have this bike in our collection. It has stood out as a true survivor. I have not seen a better 50 in unrestored condition. I've looked at a lot of them, seen a lot of them, have not seen one still wearing original paint this nice. And I'm sure they're floating around, but this is the high water mark when it comes to quality and condition. Beautiful chrome. The bike is just really special. Hopefully that comes through in our video. And once the auction's live, I'm tied into email daily, so any questions, any picture requests, anything that comes up, I'm very easy to reach. And I appreciate everybody taking the time to take a look at this. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.